AKA
What's up, bro?
Boys. What's up, dog?
You see how we living?
You just got done with a workout, dog?
Nah, life. I was working. That's a workout for sure.
Now to two, now to one. It's game. Yes!
MC Cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling, make a paper like Phil. I'm Morpheus and real, my rhymes convict and heal.
I am joined today by Taylor Ray Tribble. What's happening, boy?
What's up, bro? You know, hoping we can get Russell Westbrook in this trade. You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk about trading AD no more, dog. I already told you.
We have to.
I'm not going to have you on the show no more if you say you're going to trade AD again, bro.
He's gonna Bill Walton us, dog.
No, bro. Okay, so we're gonna that's aside from the show. Like that's a different podcast for a different day, dog. But before we got to what we got to get to, the fans. Sorry, we're a little late on this. I've had work. I've been gone. You see, I'm in a different location. I'm far away from home. Kind of like our Team USA. We're gonna get to that, but first we gotta touch. We haven't had an episode since Giannis and the Bucks won the finals. So we're going to do our final thoughts on that.
Okay.
Taylor, we've already had a discussion. You're not feeling it. You wasn't feeling the finals. Are you not entertained? Taylor, tell us. Are you not entertained?
Here's the thing, man. It's like thinking you're going to get a PlayStation 5 for Christmas and you get a PS4.
Oh, my God.
That's what this shit was like, bro.
But what did you not like? Just tell me, what did you not like about the finals?
Well, I think Giannis is an amazing example of what an MVP and a champion should be. I do.
Okay.
I believe he's a great, but I'm not a Bucks fan at all.
Neither am I.
I'm not a Suns fan at all.
No, definitely not.
And if you had told me in the beginning of the year, I would have probably said the Bucks could have made it out of the East because they're a very well put together team. They remind me of like an East Coast Spurs, kind of how they do it.
And bro, earlier, a couple episodes ago, me and you were the only ones. Everyone had the Nets. And we were like, Bucks. We said, so I want to give Taylor his due credit. When someone's a sports guru, faithful fans, we give them their due credit. Okay.
Thank you.
But we still weren't entertained. We got a PS4, not a PS5.
Yeah, man. Like this could have been like 160-point games, goes to game 7, like, come on, man. This was supposed to be crazy this year. And it was. I'll give them their flowers. They did it. They did that. They get their roses.
Okay.
But it's like, you know what I'm saying?
But Taylor, who do you think, so who would you have rather won knowing it's the Suns and the Bucks? Like, were you one of those people that wanted to see CP3 get his championship, or did you want to see Giannis? I was up in the air. It was either or for me, honestly. I didn't care.
Well, I thought about it at first. I was all on the CP3 train because I grew up with CP3.
Definitely.
But here's the thing: not like literally grew up with him, but grew up watching him.
Yeah.
And so once I separated myself from that, I realized CP3 is a good enough point guard to where he can play at 40. A championship team will pick him up and kind of do what Rondo did,
Oh, for sure.
So he can get one. Giannis, I think it's a little different because he might trap himself in that market, depreciate his value, but still be a high value guy because he's 7 foot. And kind of end up in mediocre teams the rest of his career if it doesn't go right.
Giannis needed this. No, you're absolutely right. Giannis needed this.
I was happy he got it out the way. I'm happy he got it out the way. So it's like, okay, when I argue with Giannis and I play with him on 2K, so I play with Giannis on 2K. I do. He's unstoppable. You hold R2.
Because he's ridiculous. He's a basketball god, pretty much. You know what I mean?
All you got to do is hold R2, bro, and tap square, and you're scoring every time.
Now, Taylor, you said something interesting about Chris Paul. You said Chris Paul can easily go somewhere else and win a chip next year, right? Now, you was talking about getting Westbrook. Would you rather have? What if we could make a Chris Paul trade happen?
I wouldn't mind either. I think honestly, like everybody, I was listening to all the analysts, and they have good points about why Westbrook isn't a good fit, but I think he's a perfect fit because we can get him and still get a good 3-and-D guy or one of these guys who just is wet from the perimeter for a good price.
Yep.
We can get a shooter, and then Westbrook is unstoppable, bro. Like he's gonna bring that stress off LeBron to penetrate.
Yeah, just imagine Westbrook getting those 10, 15 assists a game to Anthony Davis, and you know what I mean? Like what Anthony Davis is finishing. You know, like Westbrook works regardless. He's too much. You know what I mean?
CP3 works well too, but I think both of those guys, to be dead honest with you, bro, I think the price tag is just too hefty on those guys. I think we could get like a Mike Conley, even though I don't think he should come to the Lakers because he can make more money somewhere else.
He's injury prone, but he's injury prone, but he's a 3D guard. You know what I mean? Like,
we need a bully. We need like a mean guard, bro. Like somebody who will like kind of like a Pat Bev, you know, because Caldwell Pope has that. Caldwell Pope has that energy, but he's quiet and he's not very like in your face. He just gets quiet buckets. You know, he reminds me of like a Lou Will or a Jamal Crawford. He's one of those like 6 men that you need to win.
He's not imposing. He's not imposing his will on none of these, you know, dope, you know, none of these crazy guards that pull up from logo. You know, he's not striking.
Westbrook is a guy. Westbrook is a guy who he'll constantly keep pressure on the defense and make them accountable, and he'll hit guys when they're open. And pending we get the right shooters around him, we'll be just fine.
No, I love the Westbrook. Anyone who thinks it's not a good fit, it's just like, you're not gonna be able to go if you have Westbrook on this wing when you swing it, or LeBron breaking down the defense on this wing when you swing it. It's the wrap. Like, and Anthony Davis is receiving those lobs or those passes. You know, I think that's crazy. I think that's great. But we're gonna pivot though. Giannis, back to Giannis. He dropped. I know you weren't. You know, it was a PS4, but he dropped over 40 in 3 to 4 of the games. Like,
not Giannis. He's the only reason why I thought it was tight. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
so with that though, do you think him, because he had a crazy performance, he didn't have a Kobe on his team, is he more dominant of a player than Shaq was in his prime? Like, just watching this finals, watching what he was able to do to the Suns, they couldn't stop him.
I think it's fairly similar, and I think we definitely downplay what Chris Middleton did for them.
Good point. Jesus. Very good point. Please let the fans know. Let them know.
Let's just think of how good Michael Redd was. Okay, Middleton is arguably better than Michael Redd. He's more versatile and brings more to the table than Michael Redd.
I would say his mid-range is more deadly. I would say
arguably that's arguable. I'm not disrespecting Michael Redd. I played with him on the old game. He's my guy. But the thing is Middleton is arguably on the same level as Redd, and Redd was a franchise guy.
Yeah.
So Middleton, because he doesn't have that personality and, you know, face tats and the look that they want to sell in the NBA, you know, potentially he doesn't have that like, oh man, I'm gonna go get a Middleton jersey appeal. But he's that level of player.
Definitely.
And that's perfect.
I was a little shaky on if he was like really a dope number 2. He proved it all. That this, you know,
because he's willing to defer to Giannis, and that to me is big. Like, he knows, okay, Giannis is hurt, I got to score 40 tonight. Giannis is here and he's being a little, you know, they're double, triple teaming him. I got to hit these jumpers and get 30 tonight. He's very good at reading what Giannis needs from him, you know, and vice versa. I think Giannis is more of a hybrid than a Shaq, meaning he can stretch. He's a little quicker. He can move around a little better than Shaq could. He's a little more
probably defend the perimeter a little better too. You know what I mean?
Right. And has a much better jump shot than Shaq.
Yes.
So,
even though his free throws are bad, dog,
he got better though.
He came through.
He got good. Yeah.
He had 17 out of 19 free throws in that closing game, bro. That's big.
Right. So I think he's the perfect blend of, like, if you were to take Shaq and give him a little bit of Durant and a little bit of Garnett, you get Giannis.
Okay. Fair. But not more dominant. Like, Shaq is still, I want everyone to pump the brakes because I've been hearing that. But Shaq is still, I would say,
it's a different type of dominance, because Shaq was absolutely feared in the paint. There was no way it was ever going to happen in the paint on Shaq. That was the difference. That's the only thing that Shaq has over Giannis. Giannis has the ability to back his man down, turn around and bang on him, bang from wherever. He's a little bit more slithery than Shaq was.
Yeah, and transition with his Euro step, he can get he can get to the bucket, the 3-point line squared up, you know.
Shaq has more power. I feel Giannis is like the evolution of a Shaq, and I think that he is the product of a Shaq, but there's different elements that Giannis brings that Shaq doesn't bring. The one that I feel Shaq brings that Giannis doesn't bring is that Shaq was the end-all be-all on defense, in the block, in the paint. Giannis can do that. He turns it on and off, but he's not like known as every time you go in, you're gonna get your shit beat.
Yeah. And also, Shaq was an underrated passer. Like, out the post, he passed pretty good. He wasn't Sabonis. You know what I mean? What? Why are you rolling a T? You ain't gonna give Shaq love, bro?
You're reaching. Pay attention, kids. He's reaching.
I'm reaching?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get off the Shaq Giannis topic. USA, dog. Have you been keeping up with what's going on with Team USA at all?
Bro, I'm telling you what we're doing wrong.
Please tell me,
We
because I'm
think-
confused. I was like trying to give them the benefit of the doubt because they were like preseason games. Dog, they just dropped it to France. Fournier? Gobert?
Here's the thing, dog. This is what's wrong. It's like you let somebody come in your kitchen and cook and cook and cook and cook. And then you have a cooking contest against the people that you're teaching how to cook. You know, eventually at some point, they're going to figure the recipe out. They know our weaknesses. They know what we do wrong. These guys play with these guys, you know, at night in and night out. So I think we go in there, we underestimate. We do this every couple of years, dude. We do this every couple of years. We go in there, we killed it the year before that. We think it's going to be easy. We go in there, we get fucked up. It's nothing new. It's not like, oh, everybody's like, oh, the world's catching up. No, we fucked off. We sent a team with A-listers, but B-list planning. Like we're just like, it was like a pickup game. Like, all right, you guys go ahead and run. Like it wasn't
it's not the team's not necessarily gelling. Lillard looks like he's doing his own thing out there. I mean, they just got to get it together and play in unison. They all look like they're all trying to be the number one scorer out there.
Nobody. And here's the thing. This is what happens when you're paying guys $100 million a year to play. They don't give a fuck about the Olympics.
You're right. You're right. France gave a fuck, and that's why they beat us.
This is where they get to prove it. Like, I guarded Damian Lillard. I should be in the NBA. Damian Lillard's like, bro, I'm getting $90 million next year. Fuck this. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up every time, and I'm not gonna get hurt. One thing I'm not gonna do in this shit is get hurt.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, they don't want to get hurt. None of those guys want to get hurt and miss the season.
Yeah, they're good. They're like, last season was trash because the short off season. Let me cruise through this, see what, you know.
But these niggas are ready, bro.
National eyes on me. Get a sneaker deal. You know what I mean? They're out there.
Bro, you're in one of those countries where it's not nationally known for a sport, and you beat the team, like the guys that America is football, basketball. That's our shit. Football, basketball, baseball. You beat the country at their shit. Man, that's like you're a god in your country. So these guys take it serious.
We got a big target on our back. You're right. And we're far away
we're in there
from home.
just like we're in there like, I don't want to get hurt. Dog, these guys are going hard.
Definitely. Nigeria whooped that.
What?
Hey,
shout out to Nigeria. Hey, shout out to the homies from Nigeria, but god damn, like, bro, this is we were the epitome of global basketball. Like Team USA back in the day, they took pride in that shit, bro.
Hey, they was looking at Zach LaVine like food. They was looking at Zach LaVine like, ooh, he's food.
So that's where America, I think, we have become spoiled and we got fat off the hog. You know what I mean? We got real big, you know, big headed. And I think we need to realize that, dog, the world's not playing with us. There's no pickup games for us. When we leave here, it's not a pickup game.
No,
it's real.
No,
it's real fucking life.
Luka out here dropping 40 in the Olympics right now. His debut. He dropped 42 points. 11 assists, something crazy like that, dog.
It's real life. They don't have those. They don't have the rest in the back pocket, like all that. They don't have all that shit like they do in America. So it's a rougher game, bro. It's rough when the refs don't like you either. They're like, oh,
it's faster pace. It's faster pace. It's not every play. Everybody's looking at like you said, everybody in the US looking at the ref every play. Like, hold up. Nah, bro.
Do you know how much my team paid me to not get fouled? That's like our shit.
Yeah, bro. Okay, so I'm sorry, fans. We don't want to crap on USA too much. We're just
I love USA, USA, all that. But look, when we go in there playing, we need to bring our best, bro.
Because they're bringing their best. They're bringing their best. That's all we're trying to say. That's all.
Leave no doubt in their mind, bro. Like America runs that hoop shit, and right now, there's a couple countries that are like, "Fuck you guys, we're better."
Definitely. Fournier said they may be better individually, but us as a team will prevail. I'm like, dog, Fournier is trash.
Bro, if we sent LeBron over there, if we sent Bradley Beal, we sent, you know what I mean? Or not Bradley Beal, LeBron, who was I thinking of? Fuck. AD. Yeah.
James Harden.
It's over.
Dog. Since we still got dogs out there. We still got dogs and we can still win gold. That first game though, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
But I don't want to give none, dog. I don't want to give no games.
I'm the same way. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. we should not be giving up games. France is okay. France is good. I think they won the gold a couple years ago when we didn't. France won. I want to say, but anyways,
Bro, who's the best player on the French team?
dog, Rudy Gobert or Fournier. Rudy Gobert is nice. That's like defensive player of the year for the NBA. So like,
Bro, they don't start on a lot of teams. They don't start on a lot of teams.
But Bam Adebayo and Draymond Green should be able to neutralize that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, those guys don't start. There's NBA teams that those guys don't start on.
That's what I'm saying. I already know, man. I already know. But
Over
okay,
America,
bro, we gotta stop shitting on the USA.
I'm just mad, bro. Like, what are we doing? We're
Is.
supposed to be the fuck, bro. We're supposed to be the shit with hoop, dog.
But like you said, we got the target on our back, and we're the ones with $100 million paid players. You know what I mean? Like these other teams are way more hungry, and it's showing out there. We got to pick the intensity up. But Taylor,
Or just send bums. Send all
send
bums.
the college kids again.
If we're not gonna send our best, don't send a lot of our best and speckle it in there. Send bums.
Just send bums. I hear you. Dog. Okay. We're gonna move to our final topic. And I really needed to get your input on this, Taylor. I really needed to. I haven't had a show about the Conor McGregor Poirier fight. So we'll talk. I want to hear your take on what you saw happen in the fight. You know, it's old news, guys, but Taylor is one of my fight insiders. He's one of my fight people that really has his ear to the ground on that stuff. So Taylor, what did you see in that fight? Before the ankle, before the leg.
Okay. So if you saw McGregor's approach the second fight, he was humble, calm. He didn't have his edge. And I think when he went into his camp, he got to be crazy McGregor to make this happen. Like trying to psych himself out in his own head.
Yeah.
So he was going overboard. And I think what he did was he may have hurt himself prior to that fight because the way it broke, it looked like it was already like it was fucked already, and he's fighting on it. And once he started wearing him out with those kicks, because his the fight before that, Poirier neutralized him with leg kicks. So McGregor was trying to make it a point to throw those leg kicks back.
Yeah.
But when you're throwing those kicks shin on shin, that shit, if you have any type of fracturing or anything going on, it's like, bro, it's like slamming a hammer on your leg over and over. That bone is really hard. The shin. That shin is sharp too. The shin actually, on certain points, it actually is sharp, bro. It has a point. So I really think McGregor, not to make excuses for him because he performed poorly. Poirier beat the shit out of him.
Even with the fist, right? Like,
yeah, before he broke his leg, I was like, yeah, I was happy to see him actually throwing back, but it was just like Poirier's beating the shit out of this man.
Damn.
Poirier beat the shit out of him. I don't think he should fight Poirier again. Leave Poirier alone.
But we're pretty sure it's happening though, right? So are we buying
It
the fight?
shouldn't, bro.
Are you buying it because it's Conor?
I don't think he should have fought Poirier this soon on this one. I think he needs to get his win back up, bro.
Yeah.
Fighting is a momentum sport, bro. If you're not 300 pounds and knock niggas out with one hit, it's a momentum sport. He's got to get his swag back, bro. Like,
and he's never been one to really go the distance in these UFC fights. He's usually knocking his opponents out. So like, It seems like the further he goes in these fights, the more susceptible.
Well, he had several breaks and very long breaks at that. You know, so when you're not in the fight game, and not only are you not in the fight game, but you're not really doing anything to maintain, you're just doing business. Like the Diaz brothers are dangerous because they cannot be fighting for 4 years, but guess what they've been doing? They've been doing triathlons. They've been swimming to fucking Alcatraz and back. They've been doing, you know what I mean, boxing, high-level boxing sparring with top pro. They're always active. They're not lost in the sauce. I feel like McGregor got lost in the sauce.
And you're right. And I feel like they've never been in the same like tax. I feel like what's his name is a whole nother tax bracket than these UFC fighters. Conor,
right?
You know what I mean? I don't know if that
for
really
him,
makes sense, but I feel like it does, though. You know what I mean? If you make in one fight with these fighters making 10,
I believe McGregor should have rode off in the sunset and then came back on a super fight later. Like he's trying to be the man right now with L's. Sometimes you got to go back to the headquarters and figure it out. Beat some bums up. Like look at Sean O'Malley. Look what he's doing. Yep. He's not going up in weight because people are pressuring him. He's tall. He's what, 6'1", 6'2". He could easily put on 20 pounds and go fight welter or fight middle or fight, you know, but he's not because he's winning at this weight. Keep throwing me bums. I'll keep making money.
But he's vulnerable right now. And these other people he's picking out are seeing it. They're like, oh, I'll take that money grab. Hold up. I'll embarrass McGregor and then I'll be a top dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody like they're
Yeah, Poirier was the wrong one. Poirier was the wrong one.
he was the wrong one. And,
the wrong one.
And so we're clear. Taylor does not want to see another one, Poirier, McGregor. A lot of people don't. A lot of people think that's over.
No, I want to knock out some bums so I can make some money again and then come back with it. You know?
It's always fun when we're making money with Conor. It's always fun. But anyways, Taylor.
Or just do celebrity fights, bro.
Taylor, one last thing. I got to know your take. One last thing before we get out of here. Thank you for the UFC drop. Speaking of fights, though, before we get real quick, Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley. I know I've already asked you, but after seeing them square, do their whole little presser and stuff, what do you think's gonna happen? I don't know. I honestly don't know because I don't know what Tyron Woodley looks like as a boxer.
Tyron Woodley is a knockout specialist, bro. He has dynamite in those fucking gloves, bro.
He does.
He's not a game.
He does. And I heard Jake Paul said Tyron Woodley didn't box professionally, but he's been boxing his whole life. Like
he did the same thing that Sean O'Malley did, but the opposite. So he was the guy who was feeling himself because of his knockout power and how well he was doing. And he started taking every hard fight. You don't do that. You kind of give it some air. You fight a couple bums here and there. You get your bag up. Then you fight a big guy. So that you lose it all. He got 3 wins before this and a bag. What he was doing was he was taking tough fight, taking an L. Then he would take a tough fight, kind of like what McGregor's doing until he was burnt, you know, and that guy's 39. If he doesn't take a dive, because boxing is so dirty, bro. It's the dirtiest, most corrupt sport on earth, bro. Hands down.
Yeah.
So if he's not taking a dive which he would be smart. I mean, it would be smart to do. They're going to give him a lot of money to let Jake Paul win and keep the Jake Paul circus going.
Wow.
If
I
he
hope
doesn't give a fuck about that.
I hope not.
He's 39. But look, what do promoters have the benefit from Tyron Woodley beating Jake Paul?
I know. And that you just made it clear to me right now how easy that would be because Tyron Woodley just wants the bag anyway, bro. Like, you know,
look at Jake Paul.
Please don't let that happen.
Look at Jake Paul's body language in the press conferences. He's looking off like he knows, like, oh man, we paid him to take a dive. I don't even really want to talk shit. You know,
I hate that. I would hate that.
But let's remove my conspiracy aluminum foil bullshit theories aside. And let's just say it's a straight up.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that because that ruins that. I feel like that's gonna happen.
Let's just, I mean, he's 39, bro. What are they gonna push Tyron Woodley as a celebrity fighter now and make money off him? No. They're gonna say Jake Paul beat a UFC champion. Who's next? More money, right? So what I'm hoping is if they actually are fading Tone, I think Jake Paul is an underrated boxer, bro. You got to give that man his power.
That's why I'm asking the question. He's good.
Bro, he can punch hard. But I think there's another level when you're dealing with somebody who has
that's been fighting men for a minute, you know.
Not just that, but it's had their back against the wall. Jake Paul has not been backed up yet.
No. He is not. He has not fought somebody that can put a lick on him for real.
So when you get backed up, it's different. You saw it with Logan. Logan was still coming forward, but you could see it in his face, like, oh shit, this is what it's like to get hit when I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
That's what I'm saying. These fights, you know, he surprised a couple people with the ass screw fight, but we all know what that was. That might have been what you're talking about too, bro.
You know what I think they're gonna do with Woodley though? I think the point is, I think Woodley, they're like, okay, Woodley, you can hit him a couple times, don't knock him out, give him some good shots, and just go down or take the decision. No,
I don't want that.
Yep.
I want him to teach him a lesson because after Jake Paul took Mayweather's hat, I low-key, I'm hating. I know he's good though. It's not like I'm hating on his skill, but you know what I mean? Like, I hope it's not what you're saying. They're paying these people because he's a cash grab for everybody involved.
It doesn't benefit. Look, think about how much money they made off his last few fights. It doesn't benefit anybody for Tyron Woodley to win, bro. Not even Tyron Woodley.
Ugh, I hate it.
If I'm Woodley, I'm like, nigga, I got so much child support, whatever.
Exactly. Fans, you heard it here first, but try to pretend like you didn't hear that because that'll ruin watching the fight for me, honestly.
Now, I don't know Woodley. I don't know his character.
That's what I'm
But
saying. He
strikes
looked
me as
like
a
he was
real-
ready to punch somebody out. You know,
He
whenever
strikes me as a real one. He strikes me as a real one. So if it's a real fight, Woodley, bro, Woodley's gonna beat him up.
Okay. All right, T. I like it.
But
I like it. I like it.
But I doubt it, bro. Doubt it.
Bro, I appreciate you sitting in with me. I know I had you rushing home from the grind and everything. I appreciate you though. I really needed to get this episode in with you. Talk about the Bucks because I know you was distressed about the final situation.
Bro, it could have been so lit.
We needed the Nets and the Lakers.
It could have been so lit.
We might get it next season though. If we get Westbrook, Lakers, it'll probably be Lakers Nets, and that's a Liddy finals.
If we're healthy, it'll be Lakers in either way. There's nobody on the West that I see beating the Lakers. Unless Dame Lillard goes to Golden State or some fuck shit like that happens, we're good.
Damn, that'd be tough. But I heard Golden State's trying to trade for Bradley Beal.
That sucks too.
If they have Curry,
Bro.
Beal, and Thompson.
If they keep Oubre, dog.
No, they're trading Oubre, bro. Come on now.
Yeah.
Oubre and Wiggins are trade pieces. They're probably gonna give those up for Beal.
Yeah, Oubre's swaggy though, bro. I like.
I know. Everyone, he's okay. I'm gonna stop. I gotta stop. I have to make it a real thing on this show. Stop calling NBA players trash. It's not it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that on this show. I have to stop.
He's garbage.
Yeah, I can't have that audio out here. I can't have that audio out here. Like, no, they're not trash. To me, I don't like Oubre's game. He could have a better jumper to me. But
He's a decent jump shot for being a big dude, bro. He can
okay,
shoot a little bit.
That's why I don't want to talk too much mess. That's enough. Y'all got me rabbit holing. Okay. Taylor, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you, fans. If you disagree with anything that we've been talking about on the show, if you disagree with Taylor's crazy conspiracy that Woodley's going to get paid off to lose to Jake Paul,
Disagree with anything, suck my ass.
let him know. See,
Paint going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need a layer. In the paint going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need a layer. Animal, MC Cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling like a paper like Phil. I'm obvious if real, my rhymes convict and heal. A world blind, my lies a red pill, real. Ball like I've been here, rookie in his prime. Focus like Jordan the second time. Kobe in playoff time, you know fully when I drop. Call for it, Kelly go in the Blizo spit. Auto like free throws by Ito. Jerk the loose stroke magic. Rhymes over all y'all like dirt for two. Rookie in the game, insane.